Hey, what up, guys? It's me again, and welcome to the This Is My Moment podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Mitchell, and here at This Is My Moment, we love to have fun, we love meeting new people, and we love to smile. And oh yeah, it's season 2, baby! Let's go get it.
There ain't no stopping it, this is my moment. Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
Today, man, I got a guy with me that's my guy. I've been knowing dude for at least 24 years. Yeah, it's 24 years. Because I'm married to his sister. Introduce yourself to the family.
What's up, fam? This is Moe, brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I like to work for myself.
Yes, you do.
But I don't mind working a job either. I started off, I was like most young boys from the inner city, I wanted to play ball.
Yeah.
I had that dream.
Yeah,
it was
did.
short-lived.
Yeah, you did.
Here I am. I went on and finished school and got into the law enforcement thing.
Yeah.
That was short-lived. And but it birthed the bail bond business that I enjoy, that I love to do. So
already, we're gonna talk about all that, brother.
Yeah.
We finna have us a good time. Mm-hmm. So you guys see me, and I talk to my family a little bit different than I talk to other people because I don't have to research them. I gotta talk to them about it and look on this paper because I already know because I've been there. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're gonna do. You did a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about that stuff, but what keeps you motivated? What keeps you bouncing from this to that when it don't pan out the way you want? What gives you that fire, Mo?
Oh man, what gives me fire off the top? It's gonna have to be goals, man. I have to set goals for myself. That keeps me motivated, keeps me hungry, keeps that ambition moving. I mean, because if I ain't got goals, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just existing. So
yeah, you just sitting around. Goals. Yeah, and I ain't never seen you just sit there. So we're gonna say that. Okay. We're going to say that. So you talked a little bit about it, man. You guys may not know my guy, man. He was on San Francisco for a while, man. How was the fact of being in the pros for a bit, man? How was that? How did that feel to you, G?
How did that feel?
How did it feel? Because I'm going to lead into something. So talk to me about it. How did it feel?
I felt like I was on top of the world. I had accomplished something that so many folks told me couldn't happen.
Dig that.
From where I came from, and the environment, and the school I went to, all those things, all the naysayers, Mm-hmm. So to get there and get a chance to be in that setting, in that environment, and experience it firsthand myself, it's nothing like it. I mean, it's years ago now, but I still remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah. So let me ask you this here though. We know. You said that it didn't last long. How was that ride back, man? And how was the bounce back after that ride? You know what I mean? And it's a long ride when you put your heart into something and it don't work out, even though you gave it everything that you got, right? How did you feel, man? Where was your mind at, G?
Oh man, it was a long ride back on that plane coming from California going back to Alabama. That was a long flight. But on that flight, I made a decision. I said my mom told me that, may she rest in peace. She used to tell me don't put all my eggs in one basket. And at that time, I had a one-track mind. I just wanted to play the game, wanted to be a football player. Yeah. I didn't have no real alternative goal behind it or why I was doing it. Yeah. And that's something else that I do now so much differently when I make a goal. But the point is, when I was on that flight back home, I said, Lord, you help me get out of this and get myself back on the right track because I was devastated mentally and emotionally. Yeah. Get me back on the right track. I'll never be without something else to fall into. And that's part of the reason why you say I keep going and going. You can't set me down. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do to the next because that's what it is for me.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, man. And I've been with your sister 24. You 44. I mean, I met you at 20 years old. Mm-hmm. You still a young kid, man. And I'm going to tell you what, and I ain't never told you, but I'm extremely proud of your hustle and grind. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say this, and a lot of people don't know it. When me and your sister first got married, you guys, it wasn't really close. And I really pushed your sister into getting back and being that big sister and growing you guys back when your mom passed, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she did it, and you guys took it really well, man. And then from there, you guys had started blossoming you guys' relationship. And now, man, she pull up in the yard, she talking to you, you know what I mean? Or I pull up in the yard, I'm on the phone with you. You're like, why are you on the phone with my brother? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because what you're doing is something that I like, and I emulate that hustle and I grind in my stuff. So this is my next question. The football didn't work out. You catapulted forward. You got back up, right? What did you go to after your football? What'd you do?
After football, I ended up joining the police department locally where I was playing ball at.
Yeah.
In Alabama, to be specific, Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
And I joined the police department to. I needed a job, and I wanted something that was going to keep my interest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always been adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
I like that, and so. Cause I wasn't trying to be, a top cop, but I was out there just for the rush, man. And I enjoyed it while I lasted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I got into law enforcement, enjoyed it for a while. It was more like the community piece more so than the structure of the law enforcement that I enjoyed most.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about you, man, and you're a big dude. You're a big dude, at least, 6'6"? I think we had 6'6". That's my dude, right? I stand next to him, I'm like, man, goodness gracious, bro. But it's the deal, man. Your height and your stature makes you stand out in the room. But you are probably the nicest, givingest cat that I've met in a long time, man. And here's the thing. With that, though, people tend to take you for granted, I believe, right? They know that your heart's in a good place, and sometimes that don't always work out in your benefit. On those days, man, where you seem to not have it together, right? Like you seem to need to talk to somebody more because things are happening inside of your life, right? The football didn't work out. You did that. You tried your best, man, and we're proud of you for that. The cop thing didn't work out. That's why we're doing this here. When you was down, right? When you was down, what did you do to pick yourself up? And I know you said we ain't going back because your sister said we ain't going back because we know how that feel. We ain't never going back to that.
Right.
But that don't mean you don't have down days. Some days it's rough.
Right.
When you down and it's rough, what did you do to get back up?
Ooh, man. When I have bad days, the thing I know most, man, my faith is big. Yeah. My faith is big. That's my hope. That's what everything is hinged on. My faith, man. I can't. Nothing I've ever done, any success I've ever had, I gotta give it to my faith. My faith in God. To be honest with you, but if I had to add another answer to that, I would have to say my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Yeah. So when I got a problem and it's going bad, I ain't closed this deal, I didn't get that bond, I didn't accomplish that mission that I set out to do, I go back to say, okay, this is a bad day, but let me go back to the reason why I'm doing it. Yeah. And I go back to them goals sometime, and it goes back to why I'm doing it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's two things I told myself coming up. I wasn't going to struggle, and I wasn't going to be broke. So, I mean, that's so those my whys. So if I have a bad day, I got to bounce back quick because that's something you learn in the game of football. You get hit, you get right back up. You can't stay down. You got to keep moving, because the play's still going. So that's my mindset. That's my mentality. You dig that. Man, I talk about it all the time, man, to where the world don't care if you stay down. Because this is going to keep moving. Exactly. So you know what you need to do? You can get up, dust yourself off, and keep it pushing. Exactly. Because you know what? Today look like this, but tomorrow might be whole different. And if God bless you enough to wake up, you can make that better. You can make that change. You can move that mountain, man. So with all of that success, man, and success is different, how do you define your success, Mo? So I know when we talked about this, and I hate to put you on the spot, because we just talked about this at lunch, that success looks a lot different for other people, right? And you keep grinding because you want to be successful. But what does it look like for you? Because to me, you're successful, because I'm telling you, brother, I talk to you. We talk about it all the time, man. The basketball, the podcast, the trucking. We do a lot of talking, man. And to me, when you talking, you like, man, I flipped this house and I did this and I moved here, man, I opened up this, man. I'm like, man, this cat has got it. But it ain't enough. So what does success look like for Mo? If I had to define it, that's what I'm asking. Doing what I like to do when I want to do it. Yeah. If I had to define success for me, because I believe, just like you said, success looks different to everybody. I'm not so caught up in the material trappings of success. Yeah. But success is, for me, is just, doing what I want to do when I want to do it for the most part. And then having options, because that's the beautiful thing, having options, man. You don't just have to accept what comes your way. You got the option to do this or do that, or get it like that. So, I mean, that's success for me, and I mean, I'm enjoying it. I enjoy doing things that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's what I would call success.
Yeah.
You have options, man.
So okay. So right now you doing what right now? How many irons you got in the fire right now, G?
I don't count them.
That's how you know you're doing something.
I don't count them.
You know,
man.
hey. So I know. Let me see. Tell me if I'm missing one. We got the bail bond.
Yes.
And we just opened up. What number store we on right now? What number shop are we on?
We working on 5, the 5th office. Yeah.
Tell me about running 4, growing on 5 operations. That's not only the thing that you. So you doing other stuff besides growing these 4. How are you managing growing 5, working 4, and still doing this other stuff? What is your day look like, G? Because that sounds aggressive.
What does my day
What does your day look like?
Man, my day starts typically at 4 a.m. Man, that's my day's time, and I go keep my physical health going because I can't do all this if I ain't in shape.
You dig?
But as far as the business and with all these different things going on, because bail bond in itself is a lot of moving parts, man. You know, you didn't mention that I teach the course on how to be bondsman, but
I didn't even know that one.
Out. I got my own school.
So hang on, wait. You said you teaching people.
Yeah, I teach folks how to do what I do.
Come on, G.
How to open up, how to run their business, and how to keep up with these guys.
And you wonder why I'm proud of you. Okay, so now you got 4. You teaching cats how to do theirs. You got your real estate. You got, man, what else? You got your properties. Mm-hmm. You now tell me how you working your day. 4 o'clock we get up, we go exercise. What's next?
Then we get to work, man. And it can be a multiple things. I really can't put my hand on it. The phone rings all the time, all night, all day. Yeah. So you got to distinguish which ones you want to give your attention to, because sometimes people call you just for information, and that's not necessarily profitable. But I take the time out when they call my phone personally to tell them what's going on. But bail bond consumes a lot of what I do, but when I'm not doing bail bonds, I'm looking for the next property. I'm looking for the next house, whether it be commercial or residential. Yeah. If I'm not doing that, I'm helping another guy with his business on what he's trying to do, and the way I help him out, because he's trying to do what I'm doing. Yeah. They looking at me as though, hey, how did he was able to do this and do that? You know. And I think when I get through with that, then I go and look for the next thing. And then the next could be, I'm working on this trucking thing as we speak. I just can't stop, man. And doing all that, like I just, I just finished law school.
I know you did.
Law school, and I know somebody say law school, man. I just finished that. But I realized going to classes and doing all of that that I just love the business, man. I love business. I love to be in control of what happens to me and how things work out. When somebody present me with a contract, I didn't know exactly what I'm reading and what I'm dealing with. So that's the benefit from law school. But as far as me, going and fighting cases, I don't know if I'm ready to do that right now. Not to say it's out now. I ain't gonna say it's out, but right now I'm focusing on the business.
So you talked about helping other cats get into what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Why would you do that? Ain't that competition?
Most definitely. It's most definitely competition, but I believe.
So why you gonna help somebody that's doing the same thing you doing, G?
Well, I could take this quote from a man named Zig Ziglar. He said, "You gonna find." How did he put it? You grow by helping other people. Yeah. And I just look at it as me, being the authority or being the guru in a sense. Like, I mean, these guys have been doing it longer than me, but they don't do it like me. Yeah. Like my process is that I'm a market every day. I market with billboards, I market with commercials, I market with rap vehicles. I do it all because I feel like if I'm not marketing what I'm doing, then how are they gonna know about me? And most bail bondsmen don't do that. They tend to just wait on the phone to ring. They look at the news, they figure somebody gonna go to jail. They gotta call me anyway, because you gotta be authorized to write bonds. Yeah, you just can't be no anybody. Yeah. So they tend to take that approach. I take the approach to rather be aggressive, be in their face, let them know this is what I'm doing. Yeah. And so when you ask the question, why do I teach other guys? They gravitate to me. Yeah. They want to know how am I able to do it or why I do it. Yeah. And I feel like what's for me is for me at the end of the day, man. I'm not caught up in you my competition. Yeah. What's for me is for me. That's how I look at it. So if you want to learn from me, I'll tell you what I know, man, because somebody told me. Nobody walked in here knowing everything. We all learn from somebody.
Already.
So that's how I look at that.
Yeah, that's good, man. Because you know what? A lot of people scared to share information, scared to talk about those things that could take money out of your pocket, right? Because you give him the knowledge, he takes one that could have been yours. Now that's money, but to me, I know you personally. I know you ain't like that. I know you ain't like that. I know that you'll go out your way and you'll talk to people about it, man, and you'll get them going. And I know that about you. But a lot of people ain't built like that because a lot of people are so self-absorbed that they only want them. You don't want to see everybody else grow. You ain't gonna clap for nobody else when they balling because they balling better than you, and you the one put them on.
Right.
And I know you ain't like that. And when you said that, I was like, yeah, that's my dude. He's that cat. So, law school, 4 bail bonds business, opening up a 5th, houses, commercial properties, rap cars, billboards. What does your work-life balance look like, brother? Goodness. And you getting up at 4, so whatever time you go to sleep till 4, that's all you got. What does it look like on a day?
Work-life balance?
Do you know what that is?
Is that such a thing?
So,
but when it comes to balance, man,
what is it?
For me?
Yeah,
from an entrepreneur standpoint?
For you.
I can't say I subscribe to that, man. I don't really have a work-life balance, man. I just go get it because I feel like, and this is probably by the way I was raised and the way things have transpired over the years. I feel like if I'm not there in a I guess I have to say it like this, if I'm not there in a financial position to assist my family, then what am I here for? You know, I believe I'm here to protect and provide. Yeah. Now, when we talk about balance, don't get me wrong, I spend time with the missus and I spend time with my kids and stuff like that. But if you ask me about a deal and you want to go to this basketball game, even though it's almost 25 of them and I miss one just to go do it, I'm probably gonna take that deal. Yeah. I'm gonna make up with them later, or make up with my kids later, or do something later. But I mean, work-life balance, that's a tough one for me, man. That's a tough one because I feel like when I look in the mirror, and when my kids need me or my wife need me, and I can step up to the plate and it ain't no sweat, it ain't no problem. I love that, man. That's to me, it's rewarding. Yeah. I know they might feel like, man, Dad, I wanted you to come, man, Mo, I wanted you to be there, but if I can do that, I feel like I'm doing something. I feel like I'm helping out. I'm doing my contribution to that. But yeah, as far as balance go, don't get me wrong. I go out to dinner and I go to dates and we go on trips here and there, but it's not a constant or everyday thing for me. I'll sacrifice that to go do a deal or go close this or go pick this guy up or go do this and that because I feel like at the end of the day, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, and this is gonna be a little deep. And you know, I know where you came from because I live with somebody that was there with you. Do you think that the way you guys were brought up and the toughness inside of that era that you guys went through, is that what pushes you? You know what I mean? Because your sister told me, she said, you know what? I work so hard because I don't want to go back because I know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? When I hear you say stuff like, you know what? I'm not going to be broke. I'm not going to be broke. And I know that your mom did the best she could. I know that for a fact. Mm-hmm. And I know that you and all your brothers and sisters work really hard. Mm-hmm. Do you think that growing up like that is the reason that you look at yourself and say, you know what? Not again. Not no more. You know what? I'll do everything I can. I'm going to put everything on this. And then when that don't work, I'm going to do this because I can't go back to that. You think that got something to do with what you do, or is that just built into you?
To answer that question, man, I think they got everything to do with the man I am.
Yeah.
That's the driving force. That's the driving factor in my mindset when I attack a goal, when I say I want to do something, when I want to accomplish something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much that as they say, people grew up and say, I want to be rich.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be broke. I don't want to struggle. So growing up, You know, the way we were moving every 6 months to every year seemed like we could never stay anywhere long.
Yeah.
No stability. You know, all the different things we had to deal with. You know, as far as poverty goes. You know.
Yeah.
I just like, man, and then when I realized I ain't gotta live like that, I said never again. No way, I can't go like that. So, you know, I've been told that my motivation may be a little bit off because that's how I think. Yeah. Like when I get into something, I do something, you know, and I'm not thrifty where I hold on to every dollar, but I am the type that if I make some money, I'm trying to make some more money. And not so much that I'm greedy, because I'm not greedy. I don't mind giving nothing to nobody. Yeah. But it's the fact that I just don't like that struggling piece. I just know you can do better. Yeah. And I saw that from watching other people. You know, growing up as a kid in North Memphis, Tennessee, you know, and you see other kids look like their mom and dad got cars, and they look like they had a nice house, and they had a microwave. I was so fascinated when I was coming up. They had microwaves and stuff like that. I know it seemed like nothing now, but back then, I was like, oh, y'all got that? You know, we ain't had that kind of stuff, you know, and I was ashamed a lot of days, man. So that shame I got from growing up like that that's what keeps me going now. Like, I ain't got no reason to think I ever go back to that, because I got so many things going for me, and I made some good decisions, thank God. Yeah. But I just say that was the motivation. That is the motivation. That's what started planting the seeds, man. Yeah. What I become. I know. I don't know why nobody else is like it. I mean, when I see people, as far as ambition goes.
Yeah. You know what, man? You and all your brothers and sisters are the same. You and your brothers. Your sister, she works hard just like you, because she doesn't want to go back. She does. She literally told me. Matter of fact, you guys don't know this, so I'm gonna tell y'all this right now while I'm talking to you. I'm working on a book, and inside of this book, I have a chapter. It's called "Can't," and it's from your sister's experience. Okay. The reason why she works so hard is because she can't go back. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. And I knew before you even said it, I knew the answer because I didn't talk to you. But to hear you say it, man, and I think that's the truth, man. And the work-life balance, I knew the answer to that too. I already knew. I know how hard you work, brother. I knew it. I know the answer. Mm-hmm. Keep it up. Mm-hmm. Keep it up, because at the end of the day, you live in your legacy. You are putting your kids, your wife in a position to where they're going to be all right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to ever wonder if the lights is on. Mm-hmm. They don't ever have to wonder if they credit good at the corner store, because we ain't meeting. You know what I'm talking about? Right. That's what it is. Right. And I know that's real deep, man, and I like it that you was here, because we talk all the time, man. We stayed up last night till about 11:30. We up talking. And I'm going to tell you what, man, you impress me every time, because it's nothing that you won't put past yourself. Here's my question before we get to the next show. What's the next thing on right now? Right now, your goals are set and you hitting it, man. Law school, you just did it, man. You're entrepreneuring through the rough. What's the next goal? What's the next chapter? Go.
The next chapter, man.
Yeah, you are working on the 5th building. That ain't that. That's done. Ooh. What are you trying to get your hand on to?
Man, I'm trying to, I guess, grow the brand of what I'm about. And that anybody can do what I'm doing. Like, anybody can do it. It's not a secret. I mean, it's all out there, man. So I just feel like if these, because I believe in two things: being consistent and operating with discipline. If you can be disciplined in what you're doing and keep the consistency going, you can't help but win. You got to. Now, somebody may go against that and say, "No, I don't believe that," but I mean, I'm standing proof of it, man. I just discipline myself to do the same thing day in and day out, even though I don't feel like it, because that's what it is. Discipline is going where you don't feel like going. Yes, sir. And then that consistency piece is just keep at it, man. Don't stop. Keep plugging, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody acts like, you know, they'll think back to when I was younger in the football game. Well, the only reason why that got tabled as it did, I mean, I had a family to support. Yeah. You know, I had a kid and a wife. I felt like, hey, I can keep chasing my dream, or I can go find me a new dream. And when I got my hands on this entrepreneur stuff, when I got my hands on working for myself and building businesses, I was like, I should have been focused on this a long time ago. But I can tell you what I learned from that chase I had playing the game. Yeah. It told me that if I could work that hard and get to the NFL, I can do the same thing with business. Take those same energies that I was applying to it, working out, practicing, watching film, breaking down this and doing all that, learning my opponent. I can do that the same way. Because business is, like Mark Cuban said, business is warfare.
Yeah.
You know, it's a war, man. Not only Mark Cuban, but I have to give Farrakhan that too. He said the same thing. So I listen to these kind of guys that's been places that I ain't been yet.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at business. You know what I mean? So I'm always wrestling and challenging. Yeah. And I can't really tell you what's the next thing gonna be. But I know it's gonna be something bigger than what I'm doing right now, because that gotta be the next, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we ain't going backwards.
We can't.
We ain't going backwards. We already know that.
We can't.
We gonna do something crazy.
We can't go back.
That's ridiculous, man. I love it too, and I knew the answer, because I know he's like me, right? He doesn't do this social media stuff. Like he has to be pushed to it. Now we working on getting him something similar to what we're doing, and we gonna try to talk him into it, because right now he's doing stuff other people ain't doing. He has a plethora of information that regular cats don't got, because you go to school, because you constantly learn with the security, with the being a police, with the being a lawyer, right? We're getting your law degree. All that stuff is intertwined to make you more knowledgeable than a cat that just does this, right?
Right.
So we gonna grow, and I'm gonna have him back on here in about 1 or 2 years. And I'm gonna tell you, I can guarantee he's gonna be through the rough. And the drive that this guy got, man, is ridiculous, man. So I'm super proud to be kin to you, brother. That's the mushy stuff. Now let's have some fun.
Appreciate it, man.
So I sent you the questions. I sent you 6, 7, 8 questions. You knew the questions, so you got the answers. This last part of the show is called Pick One. I'm gonna give you 2 options. You didn't get these, G. And you gotta choose.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Football, entrepreneuring. Pick one.
Entrepreneur.
Easy enough. Flipping houses, bail bonds. Pick one.
Bail bond.
That'll surprise me. I give you the phrase, this is my moment. Where you at? First thing coming to mind, this is my moment.
Let's get them out.
That's why I can't mess with you. Hey, man, we done.
Appreciate it, man.
That is
Appreciate it for having me.
That's it. Guys, I'm going to tell you what, man, and I talked to my cousin on the show last year. I talked to my brother on the show last year. This year, I love to bring my family, because you guys, to me, are motivation. You guys, to me, are people that other people want to be like, because you got it squared away, because you got that discipline, because you got that drive. You know, so when people don't give you your flowers because they think you too intense with it, I'm telling you right now, you know I'm right. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm giving you your flowers, because it takes energy, it takes effort to be great. And you chose to be great over being mediocre every single time that you choose it. So I'm telling you right now, from me to you, man, we love you over here. You know that. And I want you to keep doing your thing, and we always support you. You know that. Hey, guys, this the deal. Find you something, and don't let that be the end. Find it, grab it, move it on. Find it, grab it, move it on. Keep moving forward. Don't stand still. Just because you got it good don't mean you can't have it better. And keep grinding, keep working, keep getting it. And be the best version of yourself for yourself. And at the end of the day, go get it!
Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better. Cause it's all about growth, all about success. We wanna see you rise, wanna see you at your best.